Jose Carmago.
Jose Carmago.
The Venezuelan. That guy was mentioned the other time doing some funny things. He was seen to have been around last weekend. He was saying, in fact, the rumor is that he was in some meeting with the CEO of the IEBC, William Ruto. The way I know him.
You think he can't be advised?
How? He doesn't listen.
He has over 20
he does
advisors.
Not listen. He does not listen. I don't remember seeing a bar in State House. Suddenly. Just like I also don't remember seeing a church. I find that the conclave is a meeting of witch doctors. It's a secret meeting of witch doctors.
Well, a very good evening to you and welcome to Checkmate on Hot 96. Remember, when it is Sunday, you remember that it is the day where we take stock of the politics in the country and of course give you the updates of what we expect and what is coming in the week that is going to be politically charged, because right now to the next general election is going to be politics back to back. And of course we had promised you that we'll be having the former CS Public Service, that is Justin Muturi, who is actually in studio, and I just want to introduce him correctly because he wears so many hats, and one of the biggest title that he has right now is the party leader of Democratic Party, and of course the chairperson of the People's Restorative Justice Commission, and also the former Attorney General, Speaker Emeritus. We actually did mention that.
Party leader of the Democratic Party.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of responsibility. Yes. Yeah. Before you talk to us, there's a clip that has been making rounds on social media that is view when you're in some rally, someplace. You want us to understand something, and the viewers and listeners were actually asking for you to interpret to us what you meant.
William Ruto ameanza kupura, zingine anapatia ile mtu anaongea.
What do you have against our deputy president?
I have absolutely nothing against the deputy president. I was merely, telling people that he speaks in those kind of tones. No, in that kind of tone. Yeah.
Where was
because
this?
I'm not able to speak like him. So obviously.
So how is he speaking?
Well, he has that voice, that soprano voice. Yeah. So, and because I don't have, so I had to try to mimic. That was in Mwingi, in Sekuru. Yeah. Was it in Mwingi or? I'm not sure. Mwingi or Machakos? Actually, it was Machakos. Machakos town. Yeah, we had been on a tour to popularize our group. Yeah.
Do you believe in what you were saying then? Because I know it was a political rally, that the president is taking things and then giving him.
It's that one is not even something that I can second guess, because if you ask them where are they getting the money that they're splashing around, it is not budgeted for. So it's money being taken from taxpayers from the consolidated fund through dubious excuses, and then being given to be doled out to women leaders, border riders, and such like groups in an effort to try and buy loyalty to the president, to the ruling party.
But when you're in government,
it is not actually something that anybody can second guess. And I would want to challenge them. If it is, let them show us which budget line it comes from, because all ministries have their budgets defined in the statute book, in the books. I mean, in the estimates. So if we would want to know whether there is a kitty that is set aside for the deputy president or even the president called empowerment, and if it's empowerment, can it be defined? What does it mean? When you take people portion meals, a few motorcycles. Yesterday in Ruiru I saw people being given water tanks. The kind of things that we see women representatives doing using the Gulf resources. But these days you see the deputy president and others who accompany him, making those huge donations. I want to challenge any of them to show us their bank accounts. But if the money is personal, if it is not public resources being wasted.
Is that confidential vote where the president has some budget, and even the deputy president, that they can use at their own pleasure.
It is not money meant to be spent that way. It is to deal with the issues of special nature affecting those two offices. But remember, after the failure of the June 2020, I mean the 2024 finance bill, that money was actually supposed to have been taken out, with a very limited bit of it being left behind. It's to deal with the, unforeseen circumstances. They're going to buy women loyalty, because they were in my village about 2 weeks ago, and all that the women got is each walked away with 1,000 shillings, and some just ran into the local bars. I mean, you are taking taxpayers' money to go and give selected groups of people, because how many people can you give that kind of money? It's not possible. It does not make sense at all. If you ask me.
During Boniface Karaoke's burial, you also contributed 100,000 shillings.
Yes, indeed. It was from my M-Pesa account. It's personal money. It is not. I'm always very, very, very clear when I'm doing those kind of things, because if I will carry cash, you'll see. I can even show you, my checkbook, how that I withdrew this money from my bank account. This one I sent from my M-Pesa. The reason was because I wanted. I've always wanted that kind of transparency and accountability. If anybody was to ask me where the money come from, it's clear.
You can trace it back.
If you check on my phone, you will see. Yeah, and it went to I saw the name that showed the payee was Sat Karaoke, the father to Albert, to Boniface.
Okay.
I mean, let's face it. I know how much they earn. Yeah. I've been the chairman of the Parliamentary Service Commission, and therefore I know how much each of them earns. Yeah.
Okay.
To tell us that you are a farmer, it's trying to stretch the imagination of Kenyans, right-thinking Kenyans, too far, because you are a farmer and you want to get money. This weekend you are doing 500,000, the other one 500,000. Then what happens to your farm?
We actually did some math, and they were contributing about 100 million shillings per week at some point.
Now that is taxpayers'
This is a
money.
blessed government. People are working. People are making money, Waziri.
People are making money.
Yeah.
In
People are
government.
farmers.
Farmers?
Yeah.
They are employees of government.
And you're a farmer.
I am. But it's not possible. You can't make that come. It is good to contribute to charity, but you must know what is logic, what makes sense. Surely. Somebody telling me that because you are doing business, what business is this you are doing that gives you so much money? Surely. And I've always argued this is state sanctioned corruption.
Wow.
Yeah, I say it is, because I've been in government. It is not possible, because what business and if you are using your government position to do then businesses, then obviously you should be in jail, because you are violating the Public Office Ethics Act, Leadership and Integrity Act, Chapter 6 of the Constitution. Surely. It means actually they are giving us an opportunity. In our People's Restorative Justice Commission, we intend to document all these matters, because it has come to a realization that in this country we tend to take things very, very easily, very lightly, such that people get into office, you say, oh, so and so did this in to sahau to watch to endelee.
So
and that is what has over the years continued to make other Kenyans feel if you don't get a government job, and a lucrative one for that, I don't know when it is lucrative, then it's like you are you don't know what you're doing.
There's a clip that we have several of them that we want to listen to as we actually start this conversation. Let's play this one.
Na tumeambia polisi, mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station piga yeye risasi. Mtu yoyote.
That's number one. That is Kipchumba Murkomen, the CS for Interior. Let's go. Yeah, let's play that one next.
Mtu ambaye anaenda kuchoma biashara ya mtu mwingine, mtu ambaye anachukua moto anaenda kuchoma biashara ya mtu, anaenda kuchoma mali ya watu wengine, mtu kama huyo apigwe risasi miguu, aende hospitali, akienda kotini. Yes. Wasimuue, lakini wapige hii miguu ikunjike ndio aende kotini, aende hospitali, akienda kotini.
Na mimi nataka niseme na nishukuru Rais William Samoei Ruto. Wakati jana umesema you cannot have someone who is going to terrorize you and your family, and you are telling me you cannot shoot and kill.
It is an unconstitutional order, whether from the president, from the CS, and from the my friend Nelson Koech, the member for Belgut. Remember, the Constitution itself says that nobody can take another's life. It's prohibited in the Constitution. It's in the Bill of Rights. Yeah. If you read through from around Articles, I think 20, 21 up to 28, you'll see that those things are prohibited. Even when it comes to trying to limit any of those freedoms as provided for in Article 24, again it says it must be by law, an act of parliament, a bill for an act of parliament, and it must explain why it proposes to derogate from those freedoms. So an order to kill or even to shoot, to break the leg, as the president seems to suggest. Of course, even the way it is, he said it, I think he realized that he was about to make a terrible blunder. So he said, no, asiuwe, avunje mguu. Surely, how will you tell? Iyo mguu utavunja, it can easily lead to death. And we, of course, we have the case of Rex Masai. He was shot on the leg and he died. So an order of that nature is so reckless. It actually shows the kind of disdain. And remember, in the oath that the president and all those people took, there is a solemn declaration to uphold, defend, and protect the Constitution, and particularly for the president to protect the dignity of the Kenyan people. So when you order the people who are going to a police station, or you say they are going to, you suspect they are going to ban, why don't you arrest? We have trained policemen. They know how to deal with the people. Are those people armed? Have we been told in all these cases whether the people that are suspected to have touched or looted were armed? If they were armed, and we have this, we always hear these stories, that there was these robbers were chased by police. There was an exchange of fire. Maybe some policeman was shot, and maybe a robber was shot or shot dead. Situations like those are understandable. Yeah? But in all these instances surrounding what we have been hearing about looting of shops, burning or setting on fire places, either shops or police stations or the law courts in Kikuyu, but especially, we are not told how those people who went to do that, were they armed? And in fact, it's like there were no policemen. at Kikuyu police station.
What does being
because
armed mean? Because they're saying if you're carrying stones, you're carrying fire, or maybe some crude weapons, you're armed.
Have we been told that they were carrying stones or any crude weapons? Not at all. In fact, we don't even know. And today, I was watching some clip on the torching of the supermarket in Meru. And looking through what is in that clip raises a lot of questions, because police officers were there. In fact, some are even seen on that clip throwing stones and trying to make to kind of make the fire move, move up the building. I don't know whether you watched that clip. I was shocked. I said, what the hell? I thought the police, when they were there, the first thing they should have done was to go and try to put off that fire. But they are there. They are seen there. They are very quite a number. In fact, I think there must have been more than 5. None is seen making any effort to put off that fire, giving almost, in my view, an inescapable inference that the police themselves were involved. I mean, because I don't know how anybody else can interpret that situation. That police are there. Even the fire was not even big, and they never made any effort at all to put it out. What does that suggest? Even to anybody, a person on the streets who would watch that clip, you tell you, surely this is very suspect. So I want to be shown the clip of the people who went to touch the Kikuyu police station, or the locals and the other buildings there, and we have not even been told up to now whether there were any CCTV cameras in the buildings around, and if there were, did they capture any of those the antecedents, the events before the touching? Because those are the things that will tell us, yes, the police ran away or they were overpowered. We have not heard about the police being overpowered and people set the building on fire. The law courts, and remember, I speak also with authority on this matter. I put in 15 years in the judiciary myself.
Yes.
Before I went to politics.
Yeah.
So I know the law courts countrywide are guarded. So what happened to the people, to the armed policemen, APs, who guard those installations? Were they overpowered by anybody? So why is government trying to sell a narrative that is so tired? It is really very tired thinking. Because you're trying to hoodwink people, taking people for fools. It's very wrong.
Yeah.
We in the opposition have no business. In fact, we would be the first to want to ensure that nobody suffers from the protests.
Okay.
Unfortunately, this protest, whether government is just burying its hand in the sand. These protests are not organized by anybody in the opposition. But as regarding the goons, I would squarely put the blame on the government, because government is elected to provide security to its citizens and to safeguard property of its citizens.
Okay.
Why is government not able to arrest those that are looting?
The former deputy president has said that the Gen Zs should consider to stand down and wait for the ballot. The former prime minister said the same, Raila Odinga, yesterday, and he said, you've been heard. In your view, do you think that is the right direction to take? Should they call off the demonstrations going forward? They
have genuine grievances. They stated those grievances in the last year, in 2024. The president promised a raft of measures, which he hasn't done. What we need are really policies that create an environment where people can freely, without fear, express themselves, innovate in a climate that is conducive. It is not there. they bring it together, they bring it on board of Raila and his team into government is what President Ruto thought was a solution. It isn't, because the issues that the agencies have raised, the high cost of living, lack of jobs, punitive tax measures, all those things have not been addressed. In fact, you remember none other than the fellow from Kikuyu saying that these people, they did whatever they did, but we still sneaked in through the Tax Laws Amendment Law, the Tax Laws Amendment Act, towards the tail end of last year. That's when they sneaked it in, because they wanted to now go through various taxes, and so they brought in the same things which they had put in the most of the things that they had put in the finance bill of 2024. The issue about Raila calling for, is it a conclave?
It's a national conclave.
A national it's unknown.
Of 40 people per county.
It is unknown in law, a national conclave, because the conclaves that we know of are those ones of the cardinals when they meet to elect
They're electing the Pope.
I don't know, in some other, if you take it to some other level, actually you'd find that a conclave is a meeting of witch doctors. It's a secret meeting of witch doctors. William Ruto, the way I know him.
You think he can't be advised?
How? He doesn't listen.
He has over 20
he does
advisors.
Not listen. He does not listen. Those people are just earning salaries. It's just taxpayers' money being spent. Advisors should be dealing with policy issues, but they started now doing operational issues. Now, you remember? You saw my good friend who quit the other day when he was running around. Mara is in Embu, Mara is in Mombasa. Is he advising or is he implementing? So you can see it's even to say that we are going to let's have a meeting. It's just something to cool down the temperatures. It is not nothing. It's not nothing from the heart. Have you had? President Ruto has not responded to it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we are seeing some other hirings, smaller motors in the political, circles. And the ones who are saying this is a good idea.
Mm.
Good idea. Has it been presented? Because you must have something that, yes, this is in a policy way. So when you say you are going to take 40 people, you must clearly indicate they include this. Even if you're saying 20 agencies, there must be a criteria of selecting them.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will have, and if you look at the number, 40 times 47, that was about 1,880?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, about that.
So that's just one group. Because they say there will be, 50% should be agencies. Now these others, how are they going to be selected? Is it political parties? Who are they? Civil society, religious groups?
Mm-hmm. You've actually pointed out that there are instances like this on the dialogue thing, that Raila Odinga may not be speaking in the same script with the president. Do you think they will stick together to the end, to the 2027 election?
I don't want to hazard a guess about that, because they are the ones who know what it is that they are doing, because I don't know whether they are not dealing with issues to do with running the country. I think they are just doing business. I mean, you remember the other day when it was announced that Raila had donated 5 acres or 5 hectares? Hey, it was a very strange thing from Raila donating.
What are you trying to say?
It's unprecedented. So I said, this is great. Then I think he has then really metamorphosed, and since joining the blood-based?
Broad-based.
Okay.
Yeah.
As they call it.
Yeah.
But we think it has too much blood on it. It's based on blood of the agencies.
Sisi kama wabunge wa North Eastern, nikiongea kutoka Wajia, sisi maneno ya His Excellency the President, sisi maneno yetu ni mafupi tu. Tunasema tu 2 term. Ama kuna maneno mengine? 2 term. Sio? Si tunangojea tu debe iletwe, hata kama hatutakuwa na votes, tutamuibia. Hiyo si siri.
Fatuma Abdi Jeho, woman representative Wajir.
So the NCIC or some other body, she should have been called to go and record a statement. That's a very, very serious, negative, statement to make. That even if, first of all, from her statement, she is admitting that they will not have enough votes. Yeah. Then the solution, the answer she has to lack of enough votes is to steal. Surely somebody is saying that it's giving people an advance warning that we are going to steal. I mean, I don't know. Who does she interact with? That woman rep? Surely. I would expect something better. And remember, this is a person serving in the National Assembly. So when she speaks like that, and she's a member of the National Assembly, what hope does it give to Kenyans about the performance of the institution of the National Assembly?
If you're still the speaker, what action would you have taken against her?
Well, it's the speaker doesn't get, the speaker does not has to be moved. Yeah, that's a matter that the sponsoring political party should summon her to go and explain. But beyond that, an institution such as the EACC should also summon her to go and explain why she would make such public pronouncement. You're telling people you're going to steal an election. Surely, I think and now this statement is not just, she may have thought that she was just talking to the people in Wajir. That has gone, it's all over the world. It's being translated. So, because she is a supporter of President William Ruto, so what are other people? In fact, she is even, she is actually throwing egg on the face of the president. When people now say, oh, what? Mm-hmm. A member of parliament from your party is saying that you are going to steal.
Mm-hmm. Do you think there's that plan to steal?
Well, let me not say other than now what this lady is saying. Now, so she's beginning to tell us that there is that plan. But I didn't know about it. I had no reason to suspect that they are going to steal. Mm-hmm. But now she is confirming what may have been a suspicion. She is now confirming it that indeed that is the plan.
Okay, Oscar Sudi saying hiyo hata isipoja tutajaza. Don't you think there's a line that connects all this?
I thought actually he was speaking in jest. But sometimes you can't take Sudi seriously because obviously because of his limitations, so you may not think that what he's saying is serious.
Which limitations?
Capacity issues. I mean, I don't respond to such actually because I think I consider it below my dignity to comment on.
How was his performance when you are the speaker? How many times did they speak?
I don't remember. I don't recall a time that Sudi ever spoke when I was on the chair. Because Sudi doesn't spend his time in parliament unless there is those mischievous plans to do this or the other. You never see him there. He'll come and go and eat mandazi at the members' lobby and then disappear. Soon he can't contribute to any debate in parliament to say what. I don't know what he would be saying.
Speaker Emeritus, that's your former member.
Yeah, but I did not elect him. He was elected by the people of Kapsaret.
So he never contributed to any debate when you were speaker?
No, he never. Not when I was on the chair.
Maybe you didn't give him a chance.
No. I mean, why would I not give him a chance? In fact, sometimes you give people, chances to contribute, just because you feel that you sympathize. The people you represent have never heard you, and they sent you to represent them.
So Sudi never talked?
If he ever spoke, I was not on the chair. Maybe my deputy might have been there. He might have spoken when my deputy or the other, deputy, assistants would be on the chair, but not when I was on the chair. I don't think, but I doubt. The Hansand is the best. Is the best Musema Kweli. I'm sure if you check, this is doing his third term, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be surprised if Sudi has contributed 3 times. even in my absence, I would be very surprised if he has. Because he's not. you're bringing a bill about finance. What will he contribute? In fact, he may not even know. If you ask him, what is this bill about? You have to go and explain in Swahili outside there when you're eating mandazi. And I know that's a place you would see. You would see him there. But
Waziri, you can't say that about your former member. He's an elected member serving a 3rd term.
Yes.
You think Kapseret members don't know this?
The Kapseret electorates know why they elect him. I'm sure the reason they elect him is not because they want him to. Maybe it's not because they want him to hear him in Parliament. It may be for him to go and do other things. Bring bicycles and portion meals and those kind of things. Maybe that's why they elect him, but not to go and speak in Parliament. I'm sure even them they know. They don't elect him to go and speak, because you need some level of ability to read what it is you are going to say. But he's good outside there when they're doing public rallies.
Contributing a lot.
Public rallies, and he donates even financially.
Yeah, but he says seeking it as a mingi too. You can
Kiswahili.
The role.
Hata Kiswahili. Look at our, if you look at Article 9 of the Constitution, national symbols and language. National language, Swahili.
And sign language.
Official language, English and Swahili. Yeah, that's what is in the Constitution. Yeah. So if you have had my senator of Embu, he contributes in Swahili. Because it's similar situation.
Yeah, Mundigi.
Yes, and actually he's from my party.
Oh, how is he doing? Is he doing better than Sudi?
He's going home. No, he can't.
He has his own tactics.
No,
this is just his first time, actually.
People sympathized with the fact that he had really tried running around for this or the other thing. So when you talk to the local people, they don't know. Let's just sympathize, give him a chance. Aende huko Senate tu, alafu akimaliza miaka 5 aende nyumbani.
Wewe unaenda kuvaa hiyo Senate ama governor?
No.
What are you targeting? Presidency? Which is which?
I would rather go for the presidency.
But you haven't decided yet?
I'm waiting for the party to make the decision.
Okay.
It's good also to carry your party when you're making some of these decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, because the party has members, followers, and it's good to give respect to the party.
Okay. The issue of the IBC. We now have a team that is ready. They've already been sworn in on Friday. They have a new chair, Ethicon, and there's an issue that they have, and I don't know, maybe from your experience as a lawyer, as a person who's been in Parliament, speaker, and all that. This issue of boundary delimitation, we are running short of time. Do you think there's still room to do that?
We actually don't have time. If you look at the provisions of Article 89, we're already way past the time when that could be done. My personal view about what should happen now is for the IEBC to move quickly, even as they settle, because you see, there's nobody who ever goes to any university to learn about elections. So they are green, so to speak, with the exception of this lady who was the registrar of political parties.
And Rito.
Yes, because she was actually even in the IIEC as an officer, an employee there. And then IEBC, when it came into place after the adoption of the Constitution, then IIEC disappeared, just like the IIBRC also disappeared, which is undone the boundaries. Now, if we could look back to what had happened after that, even after the the reports were brought and brought. There was a lot of litigation. And that's why they said you need some long lead period to do boundaries delimitation. Now, my view is that they should go move with speed to seek an advisory opinion from the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm. They're actually already at the Supreme Court. It's just that a decision hasn't been made.
You know, it's one thing for the Secretariat to do that. There was no commission. And you know, sometimes it is good for people to follow the law. Certain decisions can only be, it has been stated in court decisions, certain decisions cannot be made by the Secretariat. They must be made by the Commission, as Commission. And which is why the other day when I saw some things that they were trying to do, you saw some adverts they put there?
Yes, yes.
I wondered whether the Secretariat was not trying to stoke some fires, because what they purported to do is a kind of thing that can raise a lot of temperatures, you know, a lot of heat. It is the kind of thing that they shouldn't have been patient to get the commission, to have the commission come and take the decision. Of course, not when there is also this talk about that mischievous fellow called Jose Carmago.
Jose Carmago,
the Venezuelan.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was mentioned the other time doing some funny things. He was saying to have been around last weekend. He was saying, in fact, the rumor is that he was in some meeting with the CEO of the IEBC. That's the rumor.
Where are you getting these details from?
I got some rumor to that effect.
That Jose Carmago is in the country?
He was in the country, but he left on Sunday night.
When did he come?
I don't know when he came, but he left on Sunday night.
Can you prove it if there's some
evidence? I don't work at the airport or the immigration department, but I'm sure these rumors have some truth. But what I'm saying is, the commission now that the commission is in place, it should take full charge and begin to develop through transparent working, try to build confidence and trust of the Kenyan people. It is very, very important, because as you know, because of the things that happened in 2022, the confidence Kenyans had in the IEBC really went down, and I think the new team should do everything in its power to try and build that confidence. And they want to do that, among other things, by working with stakeholders.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen this. Remember, before I became speaker, I had been the chairman of the Center for Multi-Party Democracy. I worked with Isaac Hassan, the current chairman of the IPOA.
Yeah.
When he was, he was in the IIC and IEBC.
IEBC both, yeah.
We have moved around certain jurisdictions, South Africa, Europe, America, Canada, making observations about how election management bodies work. And it is important to work with stakeholders, key among them being political parties. Particularly, if you go to South Africa, well, of course I looked at the one in Mozambique, was a bit chaotic, not where they're learning anything from. But if you go to South Africa, every decision that the IEC of South Africa makes, they actually invite political parties to come and give input. And then once you make, they do deliberations. The decisions taken are implemented without change.
Okay.
And therefore the parties are called at every moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what gives confidence.
Okay.
So I would want to advise our current IEBC commissioners, please borrow a leaf from some of those ones.
Jose Carmago. It's a very sensitive and serious statement that you've made, and he was at the center of the 2022 presidential election, and the Azimio team and the lawyers then said that he interfered with the election, the presidential election, the transmission of the results. What do you know about that? Because you just said he was in the country. What other details do you have? What did you hear?
It's a credible rumor that I have.
That?
You saw even, I think, who is it? Kalonzo Musyoka spoke about it. Yeah? That they will say Carmago has been around. We don't want, now these are the kind of people we would want to really distance ourselves from. In fact, the center of power should avoid interacting with such people. Because they just create they just create that anxiety and then spoil the mood for a free and fair election. And in fact, they will make the work of the IEBC very difficult.
Okay, so he was accused of interfering with the election transmission. Do you think that was the agenda as well when he came, if he actually came?
Let me not hazard a guess, but since that's what he has been known to to do, or because he's been mentioned in some other countries also, yeah, it's not just in Kenya. Since that is what he is always accused of, even in those other jurisdictions, I think in Kenya we should. This is a guy who should never set foot here.
Okay, and you say he left.
No matter his expertise,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it is not unique.
Okay, and you said he left on Sunday, this Sunday, or which Sunday?
Yeah, last Sunday.
Today is Sunday, so
Yes.
a week ago.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll be looking forward to getting some of those details as well regarding the presidency, the plan that you guys have in the opposition. You have how many candidates right now? Kalonzo Musyoka is running. Rigathi Gachagua says he's willing to run. Martha Karua, yourself as well. Who is going to fly your flag in the opposition?
That's not a matter for now. We are still working on the modalities, working on the ground rules and things like those, so that at the end of the day, whoever is picked, everybody else in the group will feel satisfied and confident that whatever decision has been taken in a transparent manner, and is one that is going to advance the interests of the common mwananchi.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were at State House for some time, probably on Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever, when you have the cabinet meetings. The president recently said that he is building a church. There's some allegations that he's building a multi-billion shilling church. He says it's not the billions, just a few million shillings. Did you ever see that church, and how is the situation there? What do you make of the president's comments?
For me, when I heard him talk about the existence of Amabati Church, I was trying to wonder where that was. Even now, I'm still not able to place some Babati Church anywhere in State House, unless it was Kulenje. Maybe to
at the SQ, maybe. I saw some pictures. It looks like it's outside.
Maybe near where the choppers land, maybe somewhere like there. The only thing I know, because I never saw any church, and I've even gone there even on Sundays, even when William Ruto was there, when Uhuru was there, even when Mzee Moi was there, and even when Kibaki was there. But I don't remember seeing a church. The only thing I remember that I think was constructed during Uhuru's time was some gazebo somewhere behind the building, under the trees, where on occasions, functions will be held, even hosting of diplomats and cocktails. I think that's what some misguided fellows have been calling a big bar, a gazebo. I have a gazebo even in my home. So, some of them cannot be. Now, and I don't want to mention names because we've just discussed some. They may not differentiate between a gazebo and a bar. There are some of them, but there was never a bar at State House. There was never a bar. And
the president is on record saying there was a bar.
There wasn't a bar. It was not a bar. It is a coffee room. It is, which even today, that's what unless they have changed. Of course, now they have changed because it is still under renovation. But the old in the house itself, there's a room where they make tea. If you don't take tea,
are you defending this because probably you...
No, I tell you what you wanted to say. I want to confirm, yes. Because I've sat there with William Ruto, Uhuru Kenyatta, my colleague Speaker Edhuro, and Speaker Marende, not Marende, Ken Lusaka. If you take tea, you take your tea. If you take other beverages, again, you'll be served. That's not a bar. It's just a small room. I don't remember seeing a bar in State House, suddenly. Just like I also don't remember seeing a church. I saw, of course, the president says that Shetani Ashindwe. I hope he's not calling all of us Shetani. Thou shalt not judge, isn't it?
Yeah.
To merely express a differing opinion doesn't make you Shetani.
Okay.
But we're just saying, in the interest of maintaining that neutrality of State House, I think it will not be fair. And to talk about the staff working at State House needing a church, I think if you look around State House, there are so many within walking distance. There are so many churches, and of course even a mosque, not too far away from there. Yeah, I think maybe it's something that needs to be thought of, carefully. But remember also the president saying that he's not using any state resources, public resources.
It's personal resources.
Now, you use your personal resources to do construction on public land, because State House belongs to the people of Kenya. Now, that, so how are you the public, has the public been consulted?
Public participation was lacking.
Is one of the greatest innovations alongside devolution, one of the greatest innovations of our Constitution of Kenya 2010. So I think rather than just chest thump and say I will do it to shame the devil, you're calling the people of Kenya devils. Right. That's what it will amount to, because they have not been consulted to see whether they accept.
Okay. You urge the chairperson of the People's Restorative Justice Commission. So far, what have you achieved, and what is the plan for this thing? And what is it actually?
Remember, we just launched it on 24th of June. And what we are doing is, we have seen a lot of government efforts in the past. But reports are produced, but they're never acted on. One of them being, in fact, look at NADCO. It's not been acted on. Truth and Justice and TRJC, never acted on. Dungu report, Akiwumi report, Kennedy Kiliku report, all those reports, and a lot of recommendations, which if they had been addressed, even if slowly, gradually, I'm sure some of the tensions that we see in this country would have been minimized. But now, with regard to this People's Restorative Justice Commission, we are saying that we know these people who are shooting the Gen Zs. Yes, from time to time people will be arrested, taken to court, but that seems to emphasize the criminal punitive sanction. The People's Restorative Justice Commission seeks to now pay more attention, give more weight to restoring the victims. At the individual level, you cannot bring back life that has been taken, yes, but that person, either as a family or as a child of somebody, those parents, in some cases, communities or villages, we want to focus a lot more on issues that address restoration, while the government continues with the punishment, which is okay because it is there and it is good. an eye for an eye, yeah? But let's look at what, the victims, their relatives, their friends, their, communities, they still suffer a great deal. And see, some of these are some of the simmering issues, Even now, if government paid attention, I looked at the mother to that boy we were burying on Friday.
Boniface.
The mother could not even get to the Ileshimo
Grave.
She was overcome. She was fainting. I look at that. You see the pain. You are not going to bring back Boniface to life, but we should address some in a manner to restore that pain. But bring back something that yes, okay, fine, that person has been punished, but also this has happened. I looked at Albert Ojwang's mother during the Requiem Mass. Looked at her, it was so, again, you could see the pain in her and the father. So these are the things that this commission wishes to address. We will, of course, since we are very new and we are not government, we will look for partners to partner with, possibly set up a kitty that will, in appropriate cases, make recommendations for some form of compensation.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
We intend also, because we are still in the process of trying to set up a functional secretariat. We haven't quite done so because we are using our own resources to do that. And we will be also setting up some portal. But see, we also know Kenya, so we have to be very careful what it is how it is that portal is going to be set up to avoid a situation of infiltration, because I know at least I've been in government and I know how our systems operate. We can easily get messed up. So we want to be able to, and sometimes we also want to give, we don't want to disclose the identities of everybody, unless people
are willing to. Yeah.
In this, when we begin our sittings, we will also open it to people in government who want to give us information. Because I'll tell you, Emmanuel, having been in government for the number of years that I've been, this body called EACC, they should one day be called out in the public and bring us all the files and all the reports that have been made to you. Because they get a lot of information, but they sit on it. Then it is used selectively. You want to think that somebody, maybe this one is deemed to be not in good books. You are told there's something here.
File.
There's something here. Maybe you could come and shed some light. Surely, this is supposed to be a very, very important institution.
Okay.
So we want to also, first of all, shield ourselves from those kind of infiltration, and also encourage. Because I personally am very passionate about governance issues.
Okay.
Accountability.
All right.
And that's why maybe another day, although I did it recently about the CDF, I have a lot